Are you currently working to build a relationship with your bank and you don't know where to start? In this video, I'm going to be discussing the different levels of your bank and how to climb that ladder so that you can get access to higher capital. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kenny Johnson. I operate a credit repair company here in Montreal, Quebec, but we service all Canadians regardless of the province that you live in. If you need assistance with your credit, you can send us an email, info@kennyjohnsonuniversity.com, or give us a call Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern at 438-803-1002. So to jump right into the topic, we're discussing building a relationship with your bank. Now, everyone starts out with having a checking account and a savings account. And a lot of people think that this is not a relationship builder, but this is actually a great starting point. You can go to a bank and get a credit card without getting a checking account, but typically this is done when you already have a pretty strong credit score. But when you're just starting out, getting a checking account or a savings account is a good idea. And we're not just opening this account and leaving it at a $0 balance. We are depositing funds there. Okay, maybe you have a few $100 to deposit into the account. Anywhere between $500 to $1,000 to sit in that account is fine. You placing money in that checking or savings account is you starting a relationship. Why? Because the bank is now able to take that capital and lend it out to others. Now, you'll still see a balance there, but they are able to take that money, borrow against it, and then borrow it to other lenders. Okay. So, this is the beginning phase of your relationship. Now, we don't want to make the mistake again of opening up a checking account and then not depositing funds in that account. So, when we get that checking account, we put money there. If you have great credit, you don't have to wait. Okay, you can usually get a credit card the same day. So maybe you walk into a bank. This usually works better when you walk into a bank. You'll walk into a bank, maybe you'll have a meeting, you'll open up a checking account and you say, hey, I want to go ahead and put $1,000 in. Now, typically that banker is going to ask you, can they run your credit and see if you qualify for any of their products? Okay. So you have already deposited money. The banker is trying to take your relationship to the next step right away. Now, before you agree to them pulling your credit, it's important that you understand what your credit score is prior to you heading into that meeting. So first, we need to check Equifax and TransUnion, make sure we're above a 680, no derogatory accounts on our credit report, and then we're safe to have this conversation with the banker. So the banker is going to ask you, hey, can I pull your credit? Are you ready for a credit card? You most definitely want to say yes. And you want to have a product in mind of what you want them to, uh, what they want you to apply for. So typically, what we're looking for is a $0 annual fee credit card at the beginning. Okay. And if you watch my previous videos, then you know how to work up with this unsecured credit card. We keep it for 6 months. We constantly request a credit limit increase. And then eventually CIBC offers you to upgrade the credit card, okay, depending on your income. Now, after some time, you get access to other products because you build a relationship. So you have the checking or savings account, okay? You have the unsecured credit card, and now we're probably a year in having these accounts. Now you probably can go for a line of credit. Now, again, we haven't had any late payments. We've kept our utilization low. You are building a strong relationship with your bank, okay? Now, it's going to be easier for you to get that line of credit if you already have a credit card with the bank because they could see how you manage that account. So, for example, if I were to call into my bank today and start the application process for a line of credit, they can one, see how much money I have in my checking account, and two, see how I'm managing the current credit cards that I'm currently using. All right, they don't have to speculate based off of what they see on a credit report. They have access to a plethora of information. So it's a lot easier for those underwriters and your view as less of a risk because they see how well you handle their current products. So you'll go ahead, the next step up that ladder, or I would say level three, is pretty much that line of credit. You'll keep that for 6 months. Maybe you go ahead and you're requesting a credit limit increase of this and the credit card. Understand you're going to be capped based off of your income. Okay, if you make $60,000 a year, you're not going to get a credit card up to $100,000. It just doesn't make sense. If that's something that you desire, then you're going to want to start leaning towards the side of a business owner because businesses you get access to higher amounts of capital. But back to the topic, Once you get that line of credit, you've had it for 6 months, then the door opens wide open. Maybe you want an auto loan or a mortgage, right? And when you're going for an auto loan, typically the banks are going to tell you to go into the dealership to apply, which is fine. When you go into the dealership, you would simply tell the dealership that you want to pull from your preferred lender only. So let's just say CIBC, okay? Or if you're working with a mortgage broker, you will let them know your preferred lender, but maybe your mortgage broker is able to get you a lower interest rate with another institution, right? So again, you have options, but this is how you build a relationship. And underwriters are going to lean more towards others that use their products on a consistent basis. So if I work at CIBC or if I work at TD, it doesn't really matter. If I work at these banks and I see that you use all TD products, I am more inclined to approve your next application versus if you were someone that has never used a TD product, even if you have a decent credit score. Okay, so keep that in mind. So if you're building a relationship, I hope this video you found it helpful. Start out with a checking or savings account, deposit anywhere between $500 to $1,000. We want to make sure we open that account in person. We speak with a banker. And then we also want to ensure that we know our credit score and that we're in a good place before we even have this meeting. Okay. And then you can request, or the bank will ask for you to submit an application for a credit card. You can go ahead, process that. You'll get the credit card, and then every 6 months, we're further establishing our relationship with either a new product or by increasing the credit limit for our current accounts. Again, if you found this video helpful, I would love if you liked and comment and even subscribe to the channel. I try to do these videos every week. And if you need help with your credit, let's say you're not in the position to start applying for credit cards and you have collection accounts, send us an email, info@kennyjohnsonuniversity.com. We will be more than happy to assist you and help you. You can also give us a call again. I'll repeat this again. Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, 438-803-1002. And until next time, peace.